This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. Get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
This is Luca Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
There's a thin line between heroism and madness.
Here the line fades to nothing at all.
This is a world of Capes and Lunatics.
And nothing is off limits.
Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey came out this weekend, so I figured we're jumping right in. Nothing I can say will... Well... Anyway, welcome back to the Capes and Lunatics, episode 143, I believe. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, Queen of Florida.
Hey guys, it's Lil Hellfire.
Prince of New Jersey.
It's Charlie, the Professor Esser.
And King of the Supermen.
It's Tyler. That's who I am.
So, yes, Harley Quinn. Well, all right. I think that's another weakness of this movie, like the marketing. What the hell is the name of this movie supposed to be? Is it supposed to be Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey, or is it supposed to be Birds of Prey and the Emancipation?
No, it's Birds of Prey and Harley Quinn, Fantabulous Emancipation.
Okay.
But they build it as Harley. But technically, Birds of Prey goes first.
It's Birds of Prey.
Now that it's a flop, Birds of Prey go first.
It's the Birds of Prey film. Yeah,
it's Birds of Prey in the Fantabulous Emancipation of Harley Quinn.
You know how I feel about long titles, Lil.
Yeah.
Anyway,
everybody feels that way,
and that's why it becomes known as Birds of Prey,
Suicide Squad, sidequel,
or it becomes known as
not prequel, not sequel, sidequel.
Okay, so no one can accuse us white men of trying to poo-poo on this film. Lil Hellfire, lifelong female DC fan. What did you think of this movie?
Well, and a female directed this. Are we sure?
Oh.
Is that not just a cover? It feels like Joss Whedon directed this. This is a lot of up close and personal shots. Is all that I'm saying.
Oh, maybe.
I think I saw some gooch. That's all that I'm saying. I'm pretty sure. The gooch.
Maybe that's what Margot Robbie wanted.
No, she actually does not want that. She said, next time I'm not wearing hot pants. She was very uncomfortable with it. She showed a lot less skin in this film, let's be clear, but it still is what it is.
Yeah, but I mean, especially with modern Harley, it's like she doesn't want to show skin, but I mean, that's kind of the character these days.
Too late to go back to your red, black, and white long john, sister.
That was fine with me.
Sorry about your luck. Thumbs the break.
I wasn't too bothered by the costuming, although the whole Marachi sleeves, I wasn't quite sure what she was doing with that, but it didn't bother me so much. What really bothered me, and this is the thing about this is what bothered me about Harley throughout this, is she a super ninja BA or is she a gun moll? Because it's what? Then go in another room if you don't want spoilers. Yeah.
Usually I just watch something.
You could have went, Tristan.
Okay, yeah, but now you're listening, so yes. But that's the thing. It's like, when spoilers, when she gets captured and she's tied to the chair and she's just sitting there. And it's like, I'm waiting for her to do the, backflip out of the chair. I'm waiting for her to do a Black Widow and just flip out of the chair and do the chair break and start kicking some butt. And no, she's like, okay, lets the guy slap her around. She goes into a really disappointing musical number that doesn't even progress anywhere.
It's just to poke fun at Ian McGregor's Moulin Rouge. God, Charlie. God.
Well, okay.
This is what DCEU is. I'm sorry that you didn't know that on your way in, but you know that on the way out now.
Well, I know that this to me seemed like everything that we were trying to get away from in the DCEU.
It's back, baby.
You haven't been watching closely enough.
Everything that was building up those good graces, Wonder Woman, Shazam. Okay, well, did you enjoy the film, Lilith?
You're bad guys.
I have a few words.
Okay.
It's called Thanks, I Hate It. Thanks for nothing.
Okay, yeah.
Where's my Wonder Woman trilogy?
What's like, I know even like Charlie was like, Charlie was holding out hope for this movie. And then once he saw it, me and him, I think, saw it around the same time yesterday. Because Charlie, you were messaging me like right as I was like leaving the theater. And I was just like, what did you say? You were like, oh, I think they were missing like half the script or something.
I think you probably hated it. Yeah, I'm sorry, what?
Oh, I thought you said.
How dare they do that to Victor Zsasz and Black Mask? How dare you? How dare you? And Cassandra Cain? What the hell is that?
I would say nothing made me long for Gotham's Zsasz more.
Oh, every version of Zsasz has been better than that.
I would even take the Arrowverse Zsasz
so Zazzy.
Yeah. And the Black Mask, I mean, in the 2 seconds we saw it, you could tell it was like styrofoam or something.
I don't even know what the Arrowverse Zsasz was. But...
Are we losing people left and right here?
It's not just me today. Armadillos made it to win Jersey and Ohio.
Something. I don't know. But I mean, yeah, and I feel you on the Zsasz and Black Mask and Cassandra Cain. Like I said, you know, she's supposed to be one of the deadliest fighters in the DC universe, and and now
she's Harley Quinn's sidekick.
She's like
disrespect.
She's like Russell from Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
We want the kid with attitude, but you know they really can't fight or do anything. But we need that kid with attitude.
Like they're just cannibalizing the Bat fam. For Harley Quinn, like she named her hyena Bruce. I'm like, no, you could have named him Bo or you could have named him Duke. Why did it have to be Bruce? Just saying. Those are hyenas' names in the cartoon. Fight me. I don't care.
Yeah, they're basically just taking.
So, and they cut all of Jared Leto's scenes out of this, by the way, guys. Just so we're clear.
Oh, he did have scenes?
It's supposed to be at least 4 different scenes of him, and he got cut out. So, I'm happy for that. No Hot Topic Joker. Y'all know how I feel.
It's just, oh my lord. It just seems like they take the names of some of these characters and then just do whatever the hell they want with them.
Okay, so we did, like, why did they do that to Huntress? Like, are they going to do a Huntress spinoff? That's why I'm petitioning for a Huntress spinoff. That's all I'm saying. Because she was robbed.
I know, they should have did more with her. I mean, I think I liked her character more than pretty much anybody in this movie. But maybe that's because we got the least amount of her.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And I was honestly surprised by Rosie Perez as Renee Montoya. Obviously, she goes, I need a code name, but they don't name drop it.
I know, they could have made her faceless at the end of the movie or something.
Yeah. I feel like we got a Harvey Dent shout out, though. Because they just weren't ready to commit to it.
Oh, yeah.
They were talking about not the 88 that she was messing with, but they also said the other district attorney. So I was just like, okay, that's Harvey. That's in my head canon. I feel like they're going to connect this to the Batman somehow, and I feel so bad for the Pattinson verse right now. the Bat Pattinson verse.
I know, but if they connect those, the timeline's going to be all screwed up. So it's going to be like, is Harley going to be old?
Timelines? What's that? This is the DCEU. What's that? So this is DC in general. What's that, Philip?
So Renee Montoya is going to be older than everybody, and how Harley might be older than Bat Pat. Oh, my Lord.
Yeah. We did get a shout out to our stuffed beaver, though. I was just like, they couldn't resist.
The minute I saw that, I heard you screaming. I was just like, ah!
We also got a shout out to a sexy redhead scientist, not to be name dropped at the beginning of the animated thing. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yes, I did.
She's like, well, because I feel like I was watching a little bit of the cartoon because of the spoiler for the end. I was just like, oh, that's fun that they tried to incorporate that.
Yes.
The cartoon where Batman F's bats.
Well,
that whole thing.
Yes. Well, that's what they should have did. They should have had Poison Ivy instead of the Birds of Prey.
They should have had Gotham Sirens. That's what this movie should have been.
Yes. Yes.
But I guess we have Catwoman and Poison Ivy in the Batman, which is why we couldn't do it, I guess.
Well, then don't do Harley Quinn.
I don't know.
Do Batgirl and the Birds of Prey. Something.
Yeah. Well, Batgirl's going to be tricky, seeing as how Commissioner Gordon is now officially black in the main Batman universe, and fanboys.
Well, everything's
nothing's
how that connected.
Unfortunately, none of this. I don't. Like I said, this kind of feels like housekeeping from the old DCEU. This seems like, I guess we're,
there's no such thing as an extended universe. It's just all a mess.
Well, I get it.
Nothing's connected anymore.
This and Wonder Woman 84, I get it. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get a Shazam 2 or Aquaman 2.
Actually, this is something I noticed. I don't know if anyone else did, but when you go to that start thing and they show all the superheroes, that's a blonde-haired, short-haired Aquaman, where they're showing all the iconic heroes. So I don't know. I don't know where DC's at with all this nonsense, but I don't think, like I said, I think they should have left this on Netflix, which is, it really had the feel of a Netflix, action adventure production. It seemed like if I was sitting in my house with a beer,
Pornhub.
I would probably be loving the heck out of it. Well, no, there's nothing porn in this. Okay.
Well, no, just the
costume.
costume.
People say, "Oh, it's not sexy enough." It's like, okay, I don't know. Yeah, honestly, I really thought their black mask was very lame.
Corny.
Yeah.
They Justin Hammered him. They turned him into Justin Hammer.
Yes. From Iron Man 2, yes.
And in fact, I literally think they went to him and said, okay, have you ever seen Iron Man 2? You know that Justin Hammer character? Play him exactly like Justin Hammer. Play him a little effete and overcompensating for something.
Throw some temper
but
tantrums.
Also you're a serial killer. So, yeah, he's Justin Hammer as a serial killer.
Crime
and
boss.
Within that concept, I get they were like going for that, patriarchy and man babies in charge of things kind of. I get that was the thematic they were going for. I'm guessing. I'm a self-made man that my parent, all they did was give me a silver spoon, but I had to lift it myself, kind of thing. And I just don't think that translated. They didn't make it universal enough in the way they presented it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
It wasn't like it's not something that 30 years from now people are going to watch this and not think, oh, why is he doing Justin Hammer from Iron Man? Is this character supposed to be like Justin Hammer?
Yeah, I know. The character in the comics, he kills his parents so he can take over the company and stuff. It's not like he's like trying to prove anything to his family. And like you were saying, I mean, I guess you can make the timeline work, but how old does Black Mask have to be if he ordered the hit on the Bertinellis?
How old is Zaz if he was there?
Yeah.
Well, Zaz is Zaz, and it doesn't matter.
I mean, Zaz
First of all.
Yeah.
Well, I got the idea that Zaz was like the youngest guy there. But even still, yeah. Because, I mean, okay, so if we assume that the girl was 13 then and she's 23 now, it's been 10 years. So someone who was in their 20s could be in their 30s. But then that's the whole thing. If he was if he ordered the hit, how come they didn't get the diamond then? That's what's weird about it. It's like, oh, the lost diamond. And I thought, to me, I thought the real trick of the whole thing was going to be, no, we didn't put it in a diamond. It was in that little toy car, the thing you overlooked, the thing that the mom gave the daughter just before they all got shot. That the daughter then gives to Cassie at the end, because it's like this stupid little trinket, but you carry it with you because, oh no, that's how I was able to live for so long. That's why the guy saved me, because we've basically been living off the Bertinelli fortune for the last 10 years. Well, this guy's been looking for some diamond that really doesn't even exist.
I mean, I can buy them not finding the diamond after the original gun down because, maybe it wasn't in the house wherever they had it hidden somewhere. But like I said, at the end, why is Harley pawning that thing if there's codes in it for the whole Bertinelli fortune?
Well, they state that they pulled the codes off.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, because that's how.
Yeah, well, the codes are still on there, but yeah.
She was bankrolling the Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
With the Bertinelli fortune.
I get the feeling there was a lot of stuff added in after the fact and stuff that wasn't well thought out.
Well, did they?
That's basically my take on this.
Well, Lilith, you said they cut all the Jared Leto stuff. Did they cut a lot? Because I mean, this thing was an hour 49.
Well, it was only like 4 to 6 scenes, from what I understand.
Yeah, but
no, this was supposed to be a fun, comedy action buddy film. So I understand the runtime. Actually,
don't think they want.
Basically a popcorn.
They want their Deadpool. They want their Deadpool. Like I said, they used Cassie Kane as
really.
Russell.
Honestly, everybody's saying Deadpool, but this was a Kill Bill ripoff.
Kind of both.
If you're into cinema,
I can see that. I can see that.
And well, like when she's in the police impound and the whole thing with the cocaine, I'm like, oh god, you so want to be Deadpool too.
Yeah.
Honestly, to me, the feeling I got from this, like if I was going to compare this to a comic book, it would be Howard the Duck.
Hey!
Don't do that to Howard.
How dare you? Get out, Charlie! Get the hell out!
It's a bad take on Howard the Duck. And,
okay.
I'll put even my own sacred cow in the fire. In the sense that when everybody else is into this character's world, now they have to act stupid. And they all have to behave in these ways because reality is shifted around Howard the Duck or around Ambush Bug. That now everybody has to react based on how this person's existence alters reality. Like I said, it's maybe one of the quack poo issues of Howard the Duck. Because but again, it's like I said, it's the whole fact that Harley Quinn is not consistent in her own movie. Like Howard the Duck, sometimes he's a master of quack poo, sometimes he's hiding under a desk. And, and she has apparently Black Cat luck powers now. Sure, why not? I'll go along with it. But then, like I said, when the two gangs come to shoot her, the whole parlay thing, I don't know, it just didn't feel like something Harley would do.
And in the beginning, the first part of the movie, I swear, went too slow. I mean, we get it. You broke up with the Joker. We get it. Move the story forward. That thing with her running the truck into the chemical plant came much sooner.
I mean, I was hoping the roller derby team was going to be a part of this.
Yes.
Like, that's how we're going to meet the prey, But no, they're just literally characters that are there for a scene to say, yeah, she's, has toxic relationships. Blowing up chemicals. And, Rosie Perez's Montoya. Now, granted, who knows how old Montoya is supposed to be? Because they have done her a million different ways. She has more incarnations than Harley Quinn. But I don't know. I just didn't feel this Montoya,
I mean, I assume she was older just because they're like, oh, you're such an 80s cop cliche and stuff.
Yeah. Actually, I kind of get why they chose Renee Montoya because she also came from the Batman the Animated Series and made the jump to the comics. So I kind of get that connection a little bit. I kind of get it.
Yeah, but I guess the thing about the
Rosie Perez does look like the first iteration. Now that I think about it,
that's. And again, like trying to be other popular things. That's Brooklyn Nine-Nine's shtick. Is Peralta sees himself as an '80s cop character, but not for nothing, Rosie Perez is old enough to have been an '80s cop character. She's old enough to have been an actress in a film in the '80s, because I believe she was playing she would have been a young cop then, but still, I just don't know if I necessarily bought it. But it's fine.
Oh, I get it now. I get it. Somebody is a huge fan of Seth MacFarlane because basically to get Family Guy, you have to have been born in the 80s. But actually still a teenager. I get it now. Somebody is a Seth MacFarlane fan. I get it.
Yeah. Well, that's... Yeah.
Hello.
But it just, like I said, it just seems like it was all over the place. And like I said, I really thought, I am starting, not to be that guy, but man, is it just nobody wants to say anything bad about female-led?
Oh yeah, he's all he's like, where are all these good reviews coming from? The DC page?
Yeah, it was oddly suspicious that it was sitting at 83 on Rotten Tomatoes. It's oddly suspicious.
But meanwhile,
but it is fun. If you don't want to think about it, and I think the R rating really did actually hurt it. It actually did not need to be a R rating because I think the girls who want that Joker and Harley romance would have came out a little bit harder had it not been rated R.
Yeah, except for
honestly, they could have done more with Joker and Harley's romance. She doesn't. That's and not for nothing. That's the thing about toxic relationships is sometimes. Yeah, they do go back. And maybe we don't have to just say, no, she left that no good neck. And maybe we could actually examine why, even though it is toxic, it's better when he's there, which is like, not to get all 80s on you, but when you would get 80s and 90s sitcoms about bad relationships, there would be that idea that was presented. Just like, I know everyone thinks I should leave, but let me tell you, I've been here when he's gone, because sometimes he leaves, and I'm here when he's here, and it's actually better when he's here, for all as bad as it is. And I know that's not a very empowering thing to say, but there are a lot of complex relationships out there that are messed up in just that way, where people who can't stand on their own sometimes, tie together with another drunk to try and walk straight down the street.
But yeah, that's modern Harley these days. It's her breaking up with the Joker, and
we needed that.
Yeah,
we needed that scene.
Yeah,
no matter which way you cut it, to give her the power that this movie's trying to do, we needed the scene of her leaving the Joker. And what that was, and them breaking up, and why. Because even if you just wanted to spin it from, because we know, like, they make references, we know this movie is after Suicide Squad. Mm-hmm. So no matter what they try to say about Suicide Squad, like, or whatever, like, we know this film comes someplace after it because there are references to that film.
Yeah.
So just thinking about the way that movie ended with him breaking her out.
Mm-hmm.
We needed the scene of her leaving him. Yeah. That should have been our opening scene.
But along those same lines...
Because then that sets her up then. And like we...
Yeah, but along those...
Yeah. I just want to say what Lula said. Like, the R
bad guys.
rating, I think, kind of hurts it because of the fan base that Harley Quinn has.
Yeah, I mean, besides the constant F-bombs, did we really need an R rating in this?
No, it was
we really didn't.
R for language. I mean, you could maybe argue R for violence with those floppy legs, like I was talking about.
But they could have worked around that.
I didn't need, and well, they wanted them. They paid good money for those floppy legs. So,
well, I mean the cutting off of the dude's face.
Yeah.
Well, that's off screen. That's off screen.
So. That,
the cocaine actually gets you the R2, I think.
Yeah, but it wasn't like someone actually.
Said it's cocaine.
But and again, it wasn't like someone actually doing it though. It was just like like exploded over her head and stuff. No, I think they did the R for language, and they're like, oh, well, we got the R, so we can do some like extra violent stuff.
Yeah, but the thing is, they didn't really do anything with it. It's like, yeah, you got the R for language, and that means you have a little bit of more of an open door.
Yeah,
but then they didn't walk through that door.
No,
And honestly, and again, I gotta say, I really feel that this was all Margot Robbie really stepping on everyone else's story so that she could be the star. Because when you think about the idea,
duh,
yeah, but that's bad, That's bad when someone does that, and I think we should be able to call that out.
I literally said that before this movie debuted. The minute it was announced, I said, "Duh."
Yeah.
So, Margot Robbie has some blackmail on some people at WB. And,
and
it doesn't hurt that people loved her from Suicide Squad.
Well,
it's fine.
It's interesting to me that how many different Harley Quinn type movies were supposedly being produced, developed, that they were supposed to be like, if they had done everything, they could easily have had a Harley Quinn movie every year. You could have done the Joker and Harley movie that they wanted, ended that with them breaking up, then go into this movie. They could have done it, but think about how many, with as many people, had loved Harley Quinn and all that attention that she got from Suicide Squad, and then how long this movie took to get made.
And we waited for this.
Well, this is obviously a rework of a rework of a rework, and it shows. They're like, hey, we probably should get that Birds of Prey movie out now that Arrow's ending.
Yeah, well, they probably took all of the Harley ideas, put them in the blender, hit puree, and then what came out was this film, So we're just going to do the one, so just put them all in one, And it's unfortunate, both for Harley and for the Birds of Prey, because I don't think any of these Birds of Prey are coming back. I mean,
33 million domestic opening weekend. I don't think so, because I think they said, it cost 80 to make, and they made...
It's 80 million. It was like 80.1 million to make or something.
And they made 33 this weekend. Yeah.
Which is low for this kind of film, too.
Well, I mean, what kills me is how much I actually kind of start to enjoy in the third act when they kind of get together. Like, I enjoy the chemistry between Black Canary and Huntress, and what they're bringing. And I'm like, man, like it ends in that kind of way of it. If you look at the ending of the film, it ends in the kind of way that you're like, man, I want to see more. Like I'm kind of up because you like the characters when it ends, like Huntress, the way that when she actually starts interacting, like she got the short end of the stick. And there's some really good moments with her. Like when she tries to cover Cassandra Cain's face, and it's like, you don't need to see this when they're all fighting, but then nothing happens. They don't.
It could have been a great movie, except Harley Quinn got in the way.
Exactly, and that's the thing. But going back to the roller derby team, what makes the emancipation of Harley Quinn a good story is her female friendships and bonds that take her out of the Joker. It's that she has a poison ivy that gets her to that spot that says, I can be on my own.
Yeah.
And when you just ignore that entire supporting cast and just have them be essentially the Seven Samurai that get wound up into this, and then, they give her the sidekick. I mean, Huntress should have had the sidekick. Now, because that's Batgirl, right? Cassandra Cain?
Yes. Yeah, she's supposed to be.
She's an orphan. Yeah,
that's what I said. She's supposed to be one of the She's supposed to be one of the deadliest fighters in the DC universe. But meanwhile, they made her Russell from Deadpool 2.
She is the one character I don't like in this movie. Like, if it had just been like a character,
like a
and
kid,
not try to be like an actual comic character, I would have liked it better.
Well, I mean, what I can say is I can accept that if they're going to go kind of who's that Robin known like Tim Drake, I think it was, or was it the other one that no one liked?
How dare you?
Who, Jason?
How dare you?
Well, Jason Todd. If they wanted to go a Jason Todd route with her as sort of the juvenile delinquent to become the Batgirl, that's great. And pair her off with Huntress at the end. Don't pair her off with Harley Quinn unless you know. But again, Margot Robbie says, no, I get the girl at the end. And, I think that's the weakness of it. I think that Margot Robbie didn't know how to step back and let other people shine in a film that could have been really enjoyable if it was about Huntress and Montoya and Black Canary. I think that would have been a good film. And you can have Harley coming in and adding her special spice here and there to tie it all together to give us a really great Birds of Prey film. Some characters are better. It's like Rick Jones. He is great as a sidekick. He's not going to carry the whole book. And Rick Jones knows that. As a fictional character, he knows I don't carry a whole book. But he will make you a star if you put him in your book and let him help you be a superhero.
Or even if it had been like maybe the Birds of Prey versus Harley Quinn, but to try to like mash them together, just like, no.
Yes.
It's too awkward.
It should have been like Harley, like you should have had like the police looking for her now that she's away from Joker, that she's free. She still escaped from the Suicide Squad.
Yes.
Like you should have had, it should have been like you said, maybe Huntress or Black Canary, someone was tracking her down.
Yeah.
And they were at odds.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what you could have really easily done for this story is you have Harley Quinn, getting the diamond, and then it's about the Birds of Prey each coming together as they're trying to catch Harley Quinn, and Harley Quinn kind of seeing it as a big joke, really taking over that role of the Joker. Another thing that really bugged me in this film is that this is a clearly established superheroic universe, and the most we ever get reference to is that she named her dog Bruce after that hunky Bruce Wayne, or the hyena Bruce after that hunky Bruce Wayne, and that she was caught by the bat. But because the film takes place during the daytime, most scenes, there is no Batman. There's no reference to Batman.
Well, again,
there's no discussion of the Batman.
If you want to do a fourth wall break, she could have dropped a line where she was like, "Oh man, I can't believe Batman hasn't shown up. You'd think we were between Batmen right now or something."
Yeah, but that's if they wanted to commit to a Harley Quinn, and they maybe didn't have that knowledge when they were writing the film.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's one of those things like they may have thought that, and that might have been the rumor, but they said you can't put that in the film because if we put that in the film, Affleck's going to know, and it's going to hurt our negotiations, you know, on the contract, because that's all contracts. And you know, you've got to if Affleck got a good agent, he can get paid to be Batman forever, just like Billy D. Williams got to be Two-Face forever, even though he never got to play it. You know, you know, because you just decided, oh, I don't want Billy D. Williams to be Two-Face, which I've never got. Why you don't want Lando Calrissian to be Two-Face? I mean, that's on you, buddy. That's on you. That's your problem with the story.
Well, they changed directors and stuff too, so who knows what's going on there.
Okay. Yeah. Well, and there you go. So that's that. I really think that Billy D. Williams would have been a great Two-Face.
Oh, yeah.
And then again, it's like, why is there no reference I mean, that's the thing. You don't even have to show them, but really just they should have piled on the references to This Is Gotham. You know, should have had issues with the gang wars with, you know, the Joker's gang. You know, the whole thing with Joker's gang should have been a thing. That Joker has a gang. That Joker is dangerous.
Or you could have pulled like a 2-second thing like they did at the end of Shazam and like shot a Batman from like the neck down or whatever, or, you know, from behind something. So you couldn't tell who was in that suit.
Or if you really want to be all feminist, you could do a Batwoman. There we go. Yeah. She's on WB. People are going to get it when they see the red hair. You know? You could do whatever you want, but like I said, I guess the show takes place in the daytime, and Gotham is just a free-for-all for crime during the daytime. It's like,
you gotta get your bat rest, bro. You gotta get your bat rest.
Well, I'm just saying, but there's this whole thing about like how traditionally diurnal creatures are becoming nocturnal because they're trying to avoid humans, but like it kind of the opposite would be true for criminals. Like, hey, Batman doesn't come out during the daytime. But let's pull some broad daylight robbery.
And like
the Batman never shows up.
And like
he's sleeping.
And like you were saying about Affleck, and it's like doing all these 20 different movies that none of them are connected. It's like, well, we could at least got Commissioner Gordon. Oh wait, no, he's going to be in the Batman. So we can't do that.
Well, you can do. And that's the thing is like you don't have to be afraid of that.
Well, they are.
Here's the thing: to give you the Howard the Duck ambush bug reference. Superman can show up in Ambush Bug, and he gets all Ambush Bug guys in it. That doesn't take away from anything else he does in his Supermatic universe, you know? You could have had Shazam flying across this. I mean, you could have done something, or you could have just had people talking about it. It's like, oh, did you hear in Fawcett City there's a new Superman? Like, what, one Superman isn't enough? It's hard enough for a criminal out there these days. Now we got 2, and I heard there's 6 of them too. It's like, you know, there's stories you can, like, just little things like that. That little bit of fan service is useful.
You know what you could have done?
What?
Well, how hard was it to drop Commissioner Gordon's name?
Well, that's what I said. I don't know if they're worried about crossing it with the Batman or whatever, because who knows?
But even
the name.
But even yeah. I mean, he's already been established in this universe, so they could have just said the name. Or what we could have got was one of Sionis' people paying off the captain, and we could have really got the idea of the corruption of Gotham's police.
Oh, that would have been perfect. You know, like I said, I get the feeling.
And that's why they're not doing anything.
I think she didn't want a scene that wasn't about her.
Exactly. And there should have been more scenes without her. And again, I mean, the movie started slow, so you really didn't have a lot of time to flesh stuff out because it was only an hour and 49 minutes. It's like you couldn't have given it at least 11 more minutes and, you know, flesh stuff out a little more.
Yeah.
Make it a whole 2 hours.
Yeah. So I think we can all agree the real villain of this film wasn't the Black Mask.
It was Margot Robbie.
You know, really, she stole a great film from us all, and we should all be very mad at her.
Oh, no, I would have loved the Birds of Prey without Harley Quinn. No, it's, the
problem is they talked, it should have been a Harley Quinn film straight up, and then we should have been excited that these Birds of Prey characters we got to see come in and kind of them form, but...
Oh, you're breaking up, Ty. But yeah, I mean, they should have gotten it like equal time as Harley Quinn.
Yeah, they really should have done, and again... They shouldn't have done everything with Harley's. See, that's the thing. So, for example, if you had a narrative device where everyone got to tell their story,
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually, and then you can even do a nice little Rashomon thing with Harley saying, well, that's not the way I heard it, but, or something like that, or Harley does it, and then the other person stops and says, no, that's not my story. Here's my story. And that would have been interesting, would have played into that, and would let these other people shine. Because
I think you spent like a whole 2 minutes maybe on the Huntress's origin, and it's like that was like central to the plot.
That's that's actually the plot.
Yes.
Who she has to kill and why she has to, and then we don't even get that who she has to kill or why she has to kill them.
Well, she did. Honestly, she said, that's the guy who was in charge there. That was the trigger man. I know.
Yeah. But that's the thing. It's like you could have done a great story of Renee Montoya tracking down the crossbow killer, and done a really great procedural, and cat and mouse, and then bring in the canary because there's this thing about the diamond, some value of the diamond that gets into that, and you could weave Harley Quinn into this story, but it's like they wanted to do a story and they weren't really able to get that story across. I think is the problem, is that they wanted a story that they couldn't quite figure out how to make.
They tried to mash two movies together. It should have been either a Harley Quinn solo movie or her and Ivy.
Mm-hmm.
Or like I said, Harley Quinn versus Birds. But no, they tried to do Birds of Prey and Harley Quinn. It's just...
Yeah. Didn't they learn their lesson from the 80s or the 90s? When did the Birds of Prey film TV show come out?
2000.
2000.
That was 2000. I don't know.
Yes.
It's all a blur. It's all a blur for me.
Oh, that was Shakespeare compared to this movie.
Yeah, I actually liked the Birds of Prey. Yeah. I mean, it was your early 2000s, late 90s superhero TV show, which has a feel and has a look. I'm not going to deny it, but it was okay for what it was, and had a Joker in it. Also had a Barbara Gordon. I mean, gosh, how hard would it have been for them to have just gone to the, Gotham Public Library at some point to research something about the diamond, and there's Barbara Gordon in a wheelchair, that would have just driven the crowd nuts.
But did they not want to touch Barbara Gordon because they're working on a Batgirl movie, supposedly, love?
Yeah, I know.
Whatever. I'm over the DC. I'm over DC. It's whatever. Thanks, I hate it. They can't make great decisions. They can't even make good decisions. They can't even make okay decisions.
Look.
It is what it is.
Look, they're trying to make
no more of my money. No more of my money. You're cut off. We're done.
They're trying to make a girl power movie, and look, you're driving away a longtime female DC fan.
Listen, this had, no offense, Tyler, if you're listening, this had tinges of season 1 Supergirl feminism, which is so post feminism that it loops back around to damn near misogyny. But I was just I can't deal with it. I hate it. Thanks. Moving on. We're done here.
Yeah. It was not a good film.
They should have just let Patty Jenkins direct it. We all know this now, right?
Yeah.
Give Patty some more money.
If you want a female director, why not?
Yeah, well, I guess because she was working on Wonder Woman, and that looked really good.
Oh, the trailer!
I really loved the trailer. This was the first trailer where I'm kind of getting there is something weird and interesting going on, and I'm part of me is wondering if Steve Trevor's return is Max Lord. Okay, spoilers for my fan theory, but mark my words, Steve Trevor is Max Lord essentially they're basically trying to do a Dark Phoenix with Wonder Woman, and I think they might do it better than Marvel or than Fox did, where they're going to be projecting Steve Trevor into Diana's mind, that he's back to magical mystery things. Now he's here, and they have to, and she's dealing with it. I mean, or they're going to do, no, actually, I'm Steve Trevor the third because I'm actually Steve Trevor's great grandnephew, because his brother Rob Trevor named his son Steve Trevor, and then I got named Steve Trevor as well.
Just from the trailer, I thought maybe it was it seemed like it was magic bringing him back or something, because it seems like they're reversing the rules, because remember in the first movie he was introducing her to the modern world, and now she's going to have to introduce him to the world now.
And I get the feeling there's going to be something in there, and I get the feeling that Max Lord is trying to power up. So I'm down with that. And we got our Cheetah there, and We're going to see how that plays out. And I'm sure that, Max Lord is doing some kind of genetic experimentations on himself to up his power level. And Cheetah's going to be a part of that, gaining those powers, And it could be an interesting story. I don't know if it will be, but it could be,
But and like Lil said, why didn't Patty Jenkins direct this movie? Maybe they're like, we don't want to spend that. We don't want to spend.
To send whoever she was or whatever.
We don't want to spend Patty Jenkins money on this thing.
Well, you know what? Maybe they
could have. Like I said, the first two scripts that I saw were good. It had actual balance, and that's where it's just like I definitely blame Margot Robbie. Yeah. I absolutely blame her for this travesty.
Maybe they should hire Patty Jenkins to be their Kevin Feige.
Ooh.
Maybe they need a.
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far.
They need someone to be a boss there.
But yeah, they need someone. They need one person
who can say, that's been Feige's thing. Is like, I am that Disney put their money behind him. I think that's always the problem with DC Warner's is no one really knows who's in charge because
it's by committee.
It's not like Disney owns a bunch of things. Warner's and Disney. Like AT&T could, but that's not their bailiwick. So it's like it gets kicked down the can gets kicked down the road because AT&T is certainly in charge of everybody, but they don't know. I don't know how you make a good film. Why are you asking us? We make telephones, And it's like whoever's in charge, they should maybe get Ted Turner to dust off his jacket and come back. That guy knows showbiz at least.
Get a Lilith Hellfire.
Lilith will fix it because Lilith fixes everything.
Yeah.
I will not touch.
I guess she doesn't want the DC money. Yeah, she's.
I'll take their dirty money. I don't care.
Oh yeah, well they could hire me. I'm a Marvel guy. I know how to make DC films.
Ambush Bug in every movie.
Oh, first off, like Harley Quinn, Ambush Bug is a delicious spice you sprinkle over it. You just bam, add a little sauce to it. You don't put a ton of Ambush Bug in every film.
You the 10.
Dropping in and out.
But I would absolutely love to have a lot of secondary characters gaining prominence in the. So, for example, I definitely, if I were in charge of something that had to do with Wonder Woman, I'd say, well, you really have to do something with Etta. What's the story with Etta? Make Etta a big part of this story. How does Etta help Wonder Woman? How does Etta's lineage help? And I'm gonna want more with Bruce and Alfred and and really talk about maybe Alfred did have other dreams aside from earning rich man's underwear, And I want to look at how Alfred from the Pennyworth series can be merged as a character between all the different concepts of Alfred, including the failed actor Alfred. And how that, as a part of who he is and part of what he does, and how he sees himself, helps define himself in this very theatrical world of superheroism and superheroism support. And I would absolutely bring in Aunt Harriet.
Of course.
Aunt Harriet, the custody battle between Bruce Wayne and Aunt Harriet is going to be a big thing if I ever get a hand at DC.
Did you tell him our pitch for 150?
Oh no, I didn't. Before
because now that we're talking about Aunt Harriet, sorry, tangent alert.
It's like 2 months away, but before the Bat 150, we want to do a live reading of a Batman 66 script, and we want you and Maz to portray Batman and Maz the Boy Wonder.
I think we would love to do that. I would be all down for that.
I said, could you imagine Maz Mansour? Holy rusted metal, Batman!
I can absolutely see Maz doing that, and if I could, and honestly, if we can work in a trip involved in that. I mean, I know Maz is always down for a trip. So.
I mean, we could always do it live. We could do it live. I mean, like this if we have to.
We could do it live too. Yeah. We could do it all at our desks and do it that way.
But
I know we had a lot of fun meeting you, even though you live in like the worst place to drive home from in the world.
Yeah, because all that apple juice helped, I'm sure. Your navigator apple juice.
Let's not.
No comment.
I'm just saying. You know what, Philip? I could have walked it, and it would not have been a safe walk. Matt lives at the top of the hill, at the bottom of another hill. So, and then there's curves in it, like Lombard Street, for no reason.
I'm sorry, there's not a bus stop in every corner, Mr. Jersey.
You live like an animal, Philip. That's all I'm saying.
Meow. Anyway, yeah, so practice your Adam West impression, Charlie.
I will do my best. There's a strange stirring in my utility belt.
Whoa.
Big thing. Anyway, but yeah, and speaking of things that did not give a strange stirring in my utility belt, Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey, and you know, and for what it's worth, it's billed as Birds of Prey, the Fantabulous.
But all the advertising is Harley.
Yeah, but I think that they kind of realized what a mistake that was.
And now
I get the feeling there's been a lot. I'm not going to say that you can buy a CBR review.
No.
But I think Warner's bought,
Warner's
bought that CBR review.
Why are people paying
Or
us off?
somebody had a stirring in their pants, which is fine. You know,
I don't know unless you're like really into lake breaking, which, hey.
It's a fetish for everything.
Yeah. Cause like, I mean, you know, or, you know, I will say this, best scene in the entire, well, no, not the best scene. Best scene in the film was seeing, Cesar Romero play Pagliacci on the TV screen.
In the background.
That was the best scene. I just loved that. That was just like, like if this was a good movie, that would have just made it a great movie.
All right, think about what you just said. The best scene in the movie is an Easter egg.
Yes,
and that sums it up. And that sums up the DCEU, my friend.
There was a better scene in that, which is Harley's bulletproof corset being worn by Montoya, and that's how she doesn't get shot. That was actually pretty cool because it actually shows that there's some practicality and some thought to Harley Quinn. And again, it's this idea that Harley Quinn is a doctor, but they never show her being smart. You know, now granted, you don't have to be smart to have a degree, but still, I'd like to. And you know, when she says, "Oh, I planned all of Mr. J's heists," yet everything she does, it's all just being a chaos magnet. It's all being the Joker. You know what?
I thought you didn't want spoilers. Harley Quinn's a quack.
No, he's just saying someone was banned from hell. I don't know. Harley Quinn is banned from hell?
Because she liked the demons and they were offended, so she kicked them.
Oh, okay. I guess this is in some plot line. She got kicked out of hell, which is kind of a waste because there's actually a clearly marked exit sign if you want to leave hell. You just have to look for it. That's what we learned from Ambush Bug, which was then later shown in Elvira to show that, to me, that's canonical. If I ever want to find myself in hell, I'm just going to look for the exit because it's all a state of mind. You know, the devil didn't want to be the jailer for all of humanity. He just got sent to hell. And then everyone said, oh, he must be in charge of hell because he's the, you know, Lucifer? The high demon. And then all the souls built hell around it. And if you just look and see the exit sign, you can just walk out. That might not get you into heaven, but at least you're not in hell no more.
Speaking of hell, what else about this movie? Oh my lord!
I do love the vibrant colorfulness of it. I love the scoring. I'm not like a huge fan of the actual like soundtrack though, but I like the scoring and the cinematography. I liked all of Margot Robbie's action scenes. Everybody else's action scenes were absolute garbage. But what do you expect?
Yeah.
And she has to be the star. She cannot share the spotlight.
Hey, Black Canary kicks really high in those tight pants.
Yeah, and actually,
she has fishnets on her arms. Get it? Get it?
That's not how practical. That's not how this works.
Oh, I see. I thought there was going to be an Aquaman reference in there. So wait, did Black Canary date Aquaman? I don't know. Because it's a fish.
Somebody really loved Injustice though, because there's so many Injustice shots. Like Black Canary doing her canary cry was definitely a shout out to Injustice. They did a couple of Harley like Injustice scenes. And I'm surprised they didn't do the quiver thing, but I guess Green Arrow's not a thing in this universe yet, so whatever. And hashtag still better.
And an amusement Mao at the end there, isn't that from like Batman Arkham City or something?
Yeah.
So someone was studying their video games.
Also, they killed their villains in this, and I hate when they kill villains.
A Batman villain. How dare you?
Yeah, Well, even and these are like these are guys you don't worry about killing, but still, it's like way to completely show that the Black Mask was never a threat. Gets killed by a 13-year-old girl.
Yeah, that seemed pretty quick, didn't it?
Like, oh crap, we gotta wrap it up.
Yeah, and
what should we do?
I stole your ring from your grenade. It's like, oh, what? You put a grenade down my pants and I didn't notice? I guess that maybe was supposed to be another one of the medic commentaries about how much room there might be down there. But still, it's like, yeah, it was. I mean, yeah, and then Zaz is dead too, which is fine because I didn't like this Zaz. I'm just gonna assume that he's not Zaz. I don't even like Zaz. I'm just assuming that's not canonical Zaz. That's some guy who was using the name Zaz. That's that's Fred Zazberg. That's not Zaz. That's not my Zaz.
That's his cousin.
Okay. Yeah. There's lots of people.
Now he's gonna come to Gotham looking for revenge. I got you.
Serial killer families.
Exactly. Just trying to be like his big cousin. He's like, oh, he's so good at it, and I just want to be like him.
We all mark ourselves.
And then we'll find out that this wasn't the real Black Mask. Real. Oh man, it's just another situation where like the dad is so much better at being the villain than the son, but we do the story with the son. So like
Junior.
The original Lex Luthor.
Charlie, it's like Red Skull. It's a faulty clone.
Yeah, clearly. It's something. No, Red Skull has never had a faulty clone. His clones have always been honest.
Well, no, he actually plugs his brain directly into them, so they're all.
Well, yeah,
him.
It's God, this was, and then like I said, and that's another thing is like he puts on the mask at the end, but we get nothing about the mask prior to that. It's not even like the mask that Killmonger wears, where it's this mask he got from the museum, and it has this other storyline behind it. It's like there's more story here, and no one's telling us these stories.
Well, yeah, they don't go into about that mask, but they go in like, oh, I got this mask at such and such place, and hey, look, I like to cut the faces off people and stuff. It's like, okay, we get it, you like masks, but then they don't go into the background on that mask, yeah.
Exactly, and it's like, and again, it's like, but we needed 8 scenes of Harley drinking margaritas and throwing up. And man, with the margaritas in this, drink something different. There's so
honestly, I couldn't relate. I couldn't relate to margaritas or drinking so much you throw up. I can't relate.
Of course not.
First off, margaritas would always make me sick because I don't like tequila. It really hits my stomach wrong. And then you put lime with tequila, it's just bad. But the idea that, we're just going to have all these margaritas, which is not to be offensive, but that is such a white girl drink. You know?
Getting white girl wasted. That's the dream.
You know, I mean, I wanted someone to be drinking scotch. I wanted someone to have a Manhattan, a mudslide, just something different. And I get, margaritas, they're green, so it's like when
at least done apple teenies. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
since they're stuck in the 2000s.
And I get the idea that visually you want a certain thing, like when they had General Ross drinking Midori at the end of the first, the second Hulk.
Incredible Hulk, yeah.
Yeah, Incredible Hulk, and they have him drinking Midori, which is not a tough guy drink at all, but it's green, so it has that look, you know.
They could have always did Hennessy and Hypnotic. There you go. That's actually called an Incredible Hulk. Just saying, missed opportunities.
Yeah. Well, first off, no, he has to drink whatever he's drinking straight because he's General Ross. And,
big tough guy drinking Midori straight. Let me tell you.
Wait a minute.
You're an alcoholic. But I get what they were going for. They wanted that green stuff that Scotty's always drinking. You know.
Wait a minute. Wait. No. We just went right over the big thing. Did the son of Charlie Esser just say who is General Ross?
You failed. Oh, you don't know who General Ross is, Tristan?
I do know the Marvel character.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. You didn't understand how General Ross was in. You didn't understand why we're talking about General Ross in a DC film.
Oh, okay.
It's like, wait, is there General Ross in DC? No. That's General Lane in DC. In DC, it's General Lane. In Marvel, it's General Ross. But we're talking about the scene at the end of The Incredible Hulk where General Ross is drinking and they send Tony Stark.
The two drunks are talking, Tristan.
But yeah, so just too many margaritas. I don't know, man. I just don't.
At least it could have been worse. It could have been like Mike's Hard Lemonade or something.
Well, first of all, at least
it could have been
the money on placement.
The Reds Green Apple or the pear one or whatever. I don't really drink that crap, but
anyway,
you know what I mean.
If they'd actually used anything branded, they might have actually made some money back on the licensing for it. That might not have been the worst idea.
I'm kind of disappointed, most of all, that I will not be getting Sweet Sweet Huntress and Black Canary merch. Just more Harley Quinn merch.
Yeah, and that was, oh man, Black Canary. What is the freaking backstory there? Her mom was a superhero in Gotham with freaking superpowers.
She died and the police didn't help her.
There was one or two lines. That was it. Yeah, 2 lines. That's it.
But then we realized that, oh no, Montoya knows she has freaking superpowers, meaning, again, this is a super-powered universe, not even coming up. It had to mess
people up that aren't familiar with Black Canary, because as she's singing, the glasses shake, and then you finally see it there, and they're like, oh, lazy.
Well, yeah, and it was like, they give her that big Black Bolt scream, have her pass out like some 2-bit baby Yoda, which, again, thank you, Margot Robbie, for making sure that no one else could be the star. It's like, she is just such the villain of this film. I really think this is Birds of Prey versus Harley Quinn, and unfortunately the villain won.
Well, CC, of course the villain won. Hello?
Yeah,
Hello, Megan.
You're so dark.
It's so dark. It was just bad. And just, I can see what they wanted to do, and then I don't know why they didn't do it. And the only thing I can
see an okay film in this poop pile, but they didn't manage to pull it out. They didn't manage to polish that turd. So for me, it is a D+.
Oh,
D as in dog.
Surprised you didn't go straight F.
Yeah, I mean,
well, like I said, there's some redeeming things. The Easter eggs are cute or whatever. They did try to pay homage to a lot of the things with the Easter eggs. Like, I feel like they actually did read a comic book, unlike some shows.
Yeah, in the 2 seconds we got a Black Canary.
I'm not convinced of that at all, Lilith.
Yeah,
I do not think Margot Robbie did
this script. That's what I want to know. Who was it? I didn't even bother to look.
Doesn't matter who wrote the script; it's who edited the script. Because that's when we go.
You can only polish a turd so much, though. I want to know who wrote it.
But you know what? You can step on a really nice thing.
It was a lady that wrote this. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no! They put.
I'm gonna have to blacklist the lady. Christina Hodson, you are banned from Hollywood until further notice.
Like I said, this is why we need a villain in this piece. We're gonna call Robbie the villain. Robbie.
No.
Even though I know it's Robbie. No, she's the villain of this. I think there was a good script here, and she rubbed her Harley Quinn all over it, and that's the problem. Is that there was a good film. I
think there were loose ideas rattling around in a woman's purse on a date night, and she just scooped them all out and threw them on the table. There, I said it. I'm a bad feminist. I don't care.
That's fine. And you know what? Here's what I'm going to tell you, Lola. There's no way to tell the difference.
And what kind of
There's no way to tell if there is a legendary Snyder cut of this film.
Oh.
There is a way to tell. It's not. Spoilers, there's not.
Well, you said that early scripts you read were coherent. So
yeah, and then they mashed them together, pureed them, drank them, and then pooped it all back out.
Yeah, and what I'm saying is, who was the pooper? That's the question, is who was the pooper? And honestly, the whole pooping subplot was just... Because you drink all that X-Lax and so... There's nothing else you're going to have to pee, And I don't know if this girl was living on a diet of pure cheese and waffles prior to this. Which she's a foster kid, so that is not impossible. Usually I find to get that constipated, you actually got to be drinking hard liquor to suck the water out of the poop. So to have that much of a clogged blockage, that's something you got to see a doctor about. That's all I'm saying.
I know. It didn't occur to this girl. That's not going to be. It's not going to feel good coming out.
That'll be minor, but really, it's just the fact that it had. Honestly, it really in 24 hours should have completely passed through. Yeah. And for what it's worth, if you eat something like that, it actually your body's like, whoa. It's like what they used to call a perpetual pill.
Yeah,
where you would like just swallow this, bit of cadmium or something, and your body was like, oh my gosh, someone just ate a piece of glass. Get it out of us.
Yeah, no, she seemed fine. She seemed fine. She was like, yeah.
Yeah, no, but if you swallow a piece, if you swallow a marble, your body is going to do everything in its power to get that thing out because it is not supposed to be there. And so, yeah, but again, it helps the story, I guess. And it's so much better than if she had just hid it somewhere, like in her cast, because she clearly still had stuff hidden in her cast.
Yeah, she was showing stuff in that cast.
Get it? Cast. Get it? Get it? That's what I felt every time they did that. I was just like,
I didn't even get that.
Yeah. It was a film that had some issues.
Cast. That's her name on the street. Cast.
Yeah, so I'm gonna,
Great at Charlie Esser.
I don't really want to give it a C-, but I usually do give at least a little bit of the Lilith, and I'm not sure. I think I might have to go full D.
See you next movie.
No.
Are we doing Sonic? I don't know.
Please no.
Okay. But no, I mean, honestly, it's like, here's what I'm going to say. I think everyone else studied, and then Harley Quinn ate their homework. That's my opinion. So unfortunately, I have to give this film a D because Margot Robbie didn't turn in the project. She was in charge of returning in the project, and she just said, "Oh, I'll get to it." Can't I have extra time to turn it in, Mr. Professor Esser? It's like, no. A good movie was due, and you, Ms. Roby, are late with your introduction. And this is a respected university, and we do not grade on a curve just because you're cute. So, sorry, Ms. Roby, you will not be seducing the professor this week.
Oh, not this week. I don't know. I the little bit of Black Canary and Huntress we got, I did like. I don't know. I saw glimmers of Black Mask until he threw his temper tantrums and acted like a 5-year-old. I don't know. I don't want to do a straight D's across the board, but maybe C-.
You can be the gentleman and give it a gentleman C-.
Yes. Tyler, are you still in the room? Tyler, text me. Let me know what your grade is. I see you hanging in there.
Technically, I will say a D is still for diploma. You still graduate with a D.
This movie,
but,
Do you?
Yeah.
Because I know in my high school you had to have like a 2.5 GPA to graduate. So.
Well, I mean, depends on.
That's a C plus.
Hey, Lilith, yeah. Lilith, this movie's a big old D.
Double D's.
Whoa! Where did you go to school?
Yeah, I got double D's. Don't what?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, well, yeah, if you do a C-, a D plus, and a D, that's going to average out to a D. So yes, it is a triple D film. It just, I won't say it was a complete and utter failure. I think that if it's like when you have a bad comic book, but then a later writer says, I want to bring stuff from this back because, it's still, there were qualities that I did like.
So someone get cherry pick this?
I think we could see, so Montoya, Huntress, Black Canary could all come back. Mm-hmm. That could be fun, little weird that the Black Canary has to be black, but sure, why not? Well, they could have made the Huntress black if you wanted to have a black character, or it's. I'm just saying.
There's not traditionally they wanted to do an Italian mafia, so that's what they know. Most people don't know about other cultural mafias. So.
Although we did.
Yeah, I get it. Well, she's already called the Black Canary.
Although
I think that'd be funny if you had the Black Canary be white and someone else was black and they weren't the Black Canary. I think that's more fun.
Well, the modern Huntress in the comics right now, Lilith, that is she part black or I'm trying to. Have they ever explained that? But
everybody's part black now.
I was going to say the character could have been half, and black.
Yeah.
Like Charlie was saying, Black Canary had to be black. It's like I think they took the wrong lesson from Black Panther.
Yeah. Well, no, but and again, like I said, it's like, and hey, Dark Sicilian.
Well, Gail Simone gave her blessing. She said that Black Canary does not have to be white, as long as you get the toughness and the essence of the character.
That didn't bug me. I just wish maybe we would get like,
and, she's Black Canary's daughter, and who knows what Wildcat looked like in this universe, or maybe Oliver Queen.
Journey Smollett is actually biracial, so. Yeah. There you go.
I mean, I can work with anything if they want to do it, but then why not tell us that story? Why not tell us what is clearly a great Justice Society story of the first Black Canary? As we're starting to build up this Stargirl idea, let's talk about who Black Canary the first was.
The Stargirl idea, no one cares enough about nobody cares about Stargirl. First of all, unfortunately,
like I said, they should have left this on Netflix where it belongs.
But this movie keeps coming back to the same answer: Margot Robbie.
Exactly. She is the Dr. Doom of the DC. Except,
Hey, now, Charlie's just hurting my feelings left and right today. First it's talking about Howard the Duck in comparison. We're going to fight the next time I see you, Charlie.
I'm not saying that as a negative.
Mars will not save you.
Fight me, nerd.
I'm just saying, it just, and DC's suffering from it. And I don't think I think DC knew they had a stinker on their hands. I really do think that.
They kept adjusting the box office. So, I mean, if they really had faith in this movie, they would not have dumped it in February. Where, January, February is those months where you just dump your stinkers unless you're Deadpool and you're trying to make a statement.
But Lilith, I mean, look what happened. I mean, this was the #1 movie this week, but it only made $33 million. You dump it in the summer blockbuster season, it's going to get destroyed. Even worse than it did.
Exactly. But I'm saying it might not have gotten destroyed like this. They had more time to edit or whatever they needed to do.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm just... movie feels chaotic and rushed and messy.
If they dropped it next week and all these Harley Quinn ladies told their boyfriends they had to take them to see Harley Quinn, that might have helped them out.
Oh, Valentine's Day.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you're dropping it before. Now, granted, it's about a breakup, but then again, oh man, how many ladies not having a date on Valentine's Day might have loved to see this.
Valentine's Day! That would have been perfect!
Well, wait, wasn't the first Deadpool on around Valentine's Day?
Yeah, it was Valentine's Day.
But that was a love story. And they made bank on it, because it was also a good story on top of everything else.
Yeah, and also there's nothing in February.
Exactly. They really
horror movies.
They had a clear shot, and they didn't do a superhero landing on this.
And
they did a super pooper landing.
And the only reason this was #1 is if you look at I forget what the #2, #3 movies were, but I believe they weren't
It's Bad Boys. Bad Boys for Life was #2, which was #1 last week.
I was gonna say it's been out. This wasn't the first week for it too.
Yeah.
Oh, this wasn't the first week for Harley Quinn?
Yeah.
No, Bad Boys.
No, for Bad Boys for Life, which is the #2.
No, we're saying the we're saying the #2 and #3 movie. This wasn't their first week being out, so that's why probably Harley Quinn won. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't have been #1.
Oh no! Well, I mean, I think it's entirely possible. Yeah. I don't think it's going to be.
They're going to scrape their money back, and hopefully we don't ever have to deal with this again. So
they might break even.
I
think Margot Robbie is officially done at WB. So hopefully you got your blackmail fuel, because we don't want to see any more Margot Robbie.
Blackmail.
I think the audience has spoken.
What kind of blackmail does she have?
It humbles her, and she can approach from what I hear, this is sort of like what has hurt Jennifer Aniston's career on a large level, is that she's kind of she gets very Ginger about the whole thing. Ginger from Tina and Louise. I thought this was supposed to be Ginger's Island. It's that's not even the title of the show. And, yeah.
She doesn't get that Friends ended 30 years ago or whatever it is. I don't know. I don't watch that show. I only know, tangentially information about that.
Oh, but you know who's having a great year?
Oh, no.
Kobe Smulders.
Oh, yeah. Was she in a car?
Robin Sparkles.
Did I just see her?
I mentioned Robin Sparkles.
Did I just see her in a car commercial, too?
Yeah, she's new, I think, Toyota?
Something.
Yeah. She's the new spokeswoman for Toyota, and... she's got her Stumptown, which is fantastic.
I haven't seen it, but the commercials look good.
She's coming back into some of the Marvel stuff, too. She's out there. And obviously she was in Spider-Man, even though it was technically a Skrull, but it was still her, you know?
Yeah, so she's still in play.
Smulders doing the work, so.
And I wonder if she'll show up on that final season, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. too.
Oh,
they almost have to. She is a fan favorite.
You'll see her. I think you'll even get Sif. People say that everyone's mad at.
I swear they're gonna get Peggy Carter, homegirl, back. So too, some way, somehow.
Well, they're time traveling.
Well,
they're time traveling. There's
gonna be some time travel shenanigans, much like we're seeing in the current Captain America film or Captain America comic. There will be time travel shenanigans, because they've gone to the past and they've created another timeline. Something again that is going to bring in the Time Variance Authority and our poor, long-suffering Luke Wilson as either Doctor whatever it is or Professor. What is it? Professor Question or Justice Peace. There's like the two famous Time Variance Authorities. There's Justice Peace, and then there's the one that like met
Doctor Strange,
who's the Doctor Who pastiche.
Okay.
He met Luke Cage and Iron Fist. I forget his name.
I forget.
I just have one question. How come we haven't canceled the actual The Suicide Squad movie yet? Obviously, no one cares anymore. Like, why are they still trying to push that?
Because Robert Gunn is in charge of it, or James Gunn. James Gunn is in charge of it. I was going to say, who the
hell's Robert Gunn? Like, I'm out of the loop.
Bobby Gunn. You don't know Bobby Gunn?
He's had a rough year.
Brother of Tommy Gunn.
They don't want to pull another Guardians of the Galaxy with him. You know, they're like, no, we're the guys who hired the guy after Disney, put it on hold because Disney was going to put it on hold for a couple months anyway. And needed an excuse for why they weren't starting it right away. And they basically said, hey, didn't you tweet something stupid once? Like, probably. Okay, we're going to say that you got kicked off the show. And then everyone's going to have a big outpouring, and then we're going to bring you back. I said, it sounds good to me. Can I go do a Suicide Squad film that time? It's like,
well,
you want to do a Suicide Squad film? Like, yeah, I like to expand as an artist. And it's like, go do a Suicide Squad film.
Well, if the Suicide Squad does better than this movie,
no, Batman, I'm sensing a theme.
But no, if the second Suicide Squad movie does better than this movie, does that prove our Margot Robbie theory?
Is she in that one?
Squad? Yeah, but
or is she officially out?
I don't know.
I don't care about Suicide Squad enough to know.
I don't know. Let me look. But I'm sure even if she's in it, she's not going to have as big a part as she did here.
I don't know. I think she's the biggest name in that movie now that everybody's been recast, right?
Yeah, but after this weekend, are they going to be like, yeah, no?
They're going to blame it on the other ladies. Nobody cared about the other ladies.
Oh, that doesn't come out.
And Margot Robbie's not in hot pants, whole thing. Because they've already started the hemming and the hawing about why this movie hasn't done well. And I'm going to tell them like I told Elizabeth Banks, take the L, honey, and shut up and move the hell on.
I didn't know this doesn't come out till
simple as that.
This doesn't come out till next year, but yeah, she's in it. John Cena, Pete Davidson, Idris Elba.
How you gonna put John Cena in it when you can't even see him? What are they thinking?
What?
He's gonna be like
the meme. You can't see John Cena.
What?
He's like Drax.
Yeah, but that's not Drax.
Charlie gets it. It's okay.
John Cena's not Drax, though. You fools. That's Dave Bautista. You fools.
That's his catchphrase, Philip.
You can't see me.
Because his name is Cena, I think it's supposed to be like something about Cena and can you see me? You see now.
Sorry, I gave up wrestling when I was 12. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, that's your fault.
Yeah, exactly. I don't follow wrestling, but I know of it, and I'm aware of it as an existing.
There's a new wrestling league apparently, and they have their own little show on what is it TNT or something?
I watched some Mexican wrestling not too long ago, a while ago at this point. It kind of ruined me for American wrestling. Luchadors are just so much better. It's so much.
Well, it's just like when you watch anything that Americans take from other cultures and you watch the original, you're just like, huh.
To be fair, I think Americans had been having professional wrestling for a long time as well.
That's right, brother.
But I think that the luchador tradition is so much more beautiful in its own way. And
rich? Yeah.
And what I like about the luchador tradition is it goes into the masked hero feel that goes to me, and then also plays into that with the acrobatics. which I think that I think that in the beefy 80s wrestling, it kind of lost sight of that acrobatics. You got a lot of that back in the 90s wrestlers. We got a lot. We stopped having big wrestlers and started having fast wrestlers. You know, and now
it's all come full circle again.
Oh, we're back to beefy. Well, you know what you want is you want Captain America. You want the guy that can lift 800 pounds and can do a hurricane if he has to. You know?
Yeah, you know, it's all about that shoulder to waist ratio. It's so true.
Don't skip like day. Anyway, are we done here, Luchador?
Yes, we're definitely done. And nobody ever remind me that this movie exists, or I will hurt you.
Let's put it in the foul with the 2015 Fantastic Four.
Yes.
I'm sorry, it was a fantastic.
They should have burned the film and collected the insurance money. I said.
Well, yeah, this is going to go in the ghost foul. We will not acknowledge this movie anymore. All right. So
no, you have to own your mistakes, Philip.
Oh,
no, it's in the pile.
If you're not going to take credit for that Fantastic Four movie, we're not taking credit.
I'm not going to take credit for it, but I know it exists.
Yeah.
I know it shall always stand as a tragic warning. So like the Trump presidency. It will stand historically as that thing that people will look to and say, remember how bad it can get. So the next time you say, oh, it doesn't matter, people will remember. People will remember.
Not as long as they have cell phones. On that note.
That's right.
On that note. What a mess. All right. Let me pull this up. Yes, so, on that note. Send your thoughts on the Suicide Squad movie. If you can defend this movie, you know, if you're a paid shill.
You got a job here with the capes.
If you can defend this movie. Poor Tyler, probably the only one who might have defended this movie. And he had trouble with his Wi-Fi. Oh, my God. Anyway, so yes.
I don't think even he had much defense for it.
Yeah, no.
He wasn't ready.
He can defend.
There are people I see defending it, and I'm like, really?
Somebody's getting paid. Somebody getting paid.
I think there are people who actually really enjoyed it because, you know, it's like I mean, I can see how maybe if you like the 80s Hulk like I do, and except you also aren't big on what story is and storytelling is, I could see how you might be willing to give it a pass. But, you know.
All right, so yeah, come on, I got to go to the bathroom. Anyway, send your thoughts to gotta pee, man. Anyway, send your thoughts on.
And we're the ones with the drinking problem, Lola.
Oh, only alcohol.
All that tea.
Only alcohol makes you have to tinkle, Charlie Esser. Okay. Anyway, send your thoughts to capesandlunatics at gmail.com. At gmail.com. Call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. Follow the Capes and Lunatics on all social media. Follow all the shows, everything, even the YouTube, all in one convenient place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/Capes and Lunatics. And support the sponsors, Tweaked Audio, Hunt to Killer, Pod Life the book, now in digital and paperback. And when you go on Amazon to buy that and whatever these drunks buy, use the Southgate Media Group link to Amazon and send somebody to the company to bring you such fine products as the Capes and Lunatics podcast so we can poo-poo on future movies. Lil Hellfire, where can people find you? Not at this movie again. Where can they find you?
Exactly. If you nerds want to try to defend this to me on the interwebs, feel free to at me on Twitter at Lil Hellfire or at me on Instagram at Lil Hellfire69. Duh. Hello, Megan.
Charlie Esser.
And if you'd like to write to me in an old-fashioned email way, the way kids in the 80s and 90s used to do, back when Harley Quinn was just a twinkle in Bruce Timm's eye. It's Bruce Timm's eye? I don't know. It's been something.
I think you actually got that one right.
Write to me at superconnectivityblog@gmail.com. That's superconnectivityblog, all one word, @gmail.com. Now, it's just something I noticed at the end of it when they said, you know, was created by the Tim guy. And of course, follow me on Twitter as I tweet Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is come back and watch it because Feige's in charge now, and he's going to make it all count. At Charlie Esser, that's CharlieEsser. Look at the two E's in the middle.
For quality.
Bing!
All right. So. What did we learn tonight? Margot Robbie, egomaniac?
is the villain of the piece.
I love how they tag it as like girl power, but it's like one woman like trying to take the spotlight from everyone else.
Yeah, well, it is for making sure no one else gets to be the star.
Well, speaking of egomaniacs, for another week we have been the Capes
and
Lunatics.
What would we go here?
That's the thing between you two is Phil always gives the definite article and Lilith drops it. And now Lilith is right to the R Capes and Lunatics, not the Capes and the Lunatics.
Lilith always drops it, yo.
I know, so I just think you should drop the definite article next time.